Hello my people, it's Mansa, and this is the first episode of how every system lies to you. If you want to be rich, the first thing you should do is understand what money actually is, right? So today, we're going to inspect the lies of the financial system. If you learn from this video, then make sure to like, comment and subscribe for me to drop part 2 and 3 where I expose the lies of the education and legal system. It's a win-win for both of us. Now, let's get into this. First of all, we have the financial system. Now, most people actually have no idea how this system works. If I ask most people what happens when you put £10 into the bank, a lot of people would tell me that the bank holds it and then when you want that £10 back, they give you it. This is completely wrong. When you put £10 into the bank now has £100 to spend. How? Something called fractional reserve banking, which means that as soon as you put money into the bank can just put some numbers on the screen and now they have 10 times the amount of money that you put in. How is it fair that these guys get to just create 10 times the amount of money with no effort? It doesn't just stop there. What they can do with that money that they have just created out of thin air is loan it out with interest rates. So not only do they make 10 times the amount of money that you put in, they also make even more money charging interest on it. For these type of people, money is actually not real, it's just numbers on a screen, whilst other people have to live their whole life working, slaving away just for this check. Now we've established that these banks can just create money out of thin air. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why is it actually worth something when someone hands you a £20 note? Well, let's take a closer look at a £20 note. This might be the normal £20 note that you're used to seeing, but something you probably never noticed is what it says right here. I promise to pay the bearer the sum of £20. I promise to pay, as in, this money is not the payment, this is just a promise. What is this promise for? Well, it used to be that this promise was actually in return for gold. So let's say that a war breaks out and the pound's not worth anything anymore. You can now take that £20 note and the bank will give you £20 worth of gold or silver. However, in 1971, the gold standard was scrapped. So now, whenever you're working for money or you're spending money, etc., it's literally a promise that is backed by nothing. Now, this should change the way you look at money. And this doesn't mean that you don't have to earn money. In fact, this means you have to earn even more money. This is because if we delve into our lives, 99% of our problems stem from a lack of money. Our freedom is constricted because of money. We only wake up sleep deprived to go to jobs or education that we hate for money. We have less time with our friends. Your family members are ill but still have to work because of money. But there's an echelon of people who never have to worry about these things, and if you're someone who's watching my type of content, then you understand these people are not better than us. But until we put in the work and leave the distractions, we're gonna have to worry about these things until we die. Because the more that they print money out of nowhere, the more the money inflates. And the more the money inflates, because the rich people have all the assets, inflation means the assets get more expensive, and then the poor people who have no assets are less likely to ever be able to afford the assets that the rich people have already got. But the rich get richer and the poorer get poor. It's designed like this, and you need to break through out of the poor bracket into the rich so you can own the assets, and then as inflation grows, your bank account grows and your assets grow in value instead of inflation growing and you having no assets, so you literally just watch your money become worth less until it's literally worthless. Let's look at Zimbabwe as a case study. The country had debt to pay back and their solution was to print more money, but this just caused the prices of goods to keep rising. Kinda like what's happening in Western countries right now. It got to a point where people lost faith in this promise to pay and literally began using the money as toilet paper because of how worthless it became. Now you might be thinking this could never happen in England or America, right? But as we've seen, there is no gold to back up these promises. Inflation is rampant in the UK and the debt in the UK is equivalent to its total GDP, which is the amount of goods and services we put out into the world. This is not sustainable, and America's even worse, with the debt making up 123% of their GDP. When a financial system is built upon interest and fake money instead of gold and something tangible, it allows people to run up the debt for decades, and everything seems great until you need to pay it back. There's a reason the Quran forbids interest, and it's the only sin that is said to wage a war with Allah, a war that nobody can ever win. Remember, there's a time and place for each emotion or laziness. Don't be lazy. If I do a backflip right now, you must subscribe, like, comment, and press the notification bell. Also join my email list in the description. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.